So today I'm just getting ready and I thought I would talk to you. So I guess this is what you would call a chit chat, get ready with me. I kind of find that name kind of annoying, don't you? Chit chat, chit chat. Whatever, that's what it is, that's what we're doing. So I have this mug still from Christmas. Look at this. Oh. So yeah, I'm just gonna do my makeup and talk to you. And if I forget to tell you what something is that I'm putting on my face, then just look in the description bar below and it will be there. Right now I'm using the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Primer, the Shine Free one, because I'm trying to test it and see if it actually does anything for oily skin or not. Last time I feel like I really just talked to you guys was in my vlogs. I don't know if you watched those, they were just from Christmas. And the weather was beautiful. It didn't snow until like the 28th of December, and I'm in Canada if you didn't know. And that was like out of the ordinary for this area. And now there's about, in the last 2 days, about, oh, I don't know, like 5 feet of snow on the ground. Not to talk about the weather and be boring, but the reason that I brought it up is because my dogs are so hilarious in the snow. This is Benefit Erase Paste, by the way. They are so freaking funny because we don't have too big of a backyard, but it's big enough. And when they get let outside in the morning, they're just so happy to be outside. So they tear off as fast as they can. And one of them is an Australian Shepherd, so she's quite big. And the other one, well, first of all, we don't even know what breed she is. She's definitely some kind of mutt, but she's definitely got terrier in her, and we think maybe Chihuahua, but mainly terrier. Like, she looks like a terrier, but she's very, very tiny and black. And anyway, that's Maddie, the little one. And so she's so small in the snow that you have to watch her when you put her outside, because if you don't, and you don't look at the snow and it's too deep for her, she could drown in the snow. So you gotta be super careful. But it's so funny because she it's up to her chest when she's running in it, and it's just so funny to watch her. But she bounds and leaps, and it's so cute. And then she comes in and she is just covered in snow, and it's so hilarious. I love dogs so much. Did any of you guys watch the Golden Globes? And I only watched half of it, but the reason that I'm even bringing it up is because of Brad Pitt. And okay, first of all, Brad Pitt was the biggest heartthrob in the entire world when I was growing up. The movie Legends of the Fall, I had a poster of him. If you're my age, I think you know what poster I'm talking about, where he's just leaning back and he's got the long hair. Anyway, and of course he's heartthrob and everything. But okay, in the last couple of years, I don't know if you've seen pictures of him, but he kind of started looking really old. And I don't know what it was, not really old or anything, but he was starting to show his age, which is fine. The guy's 50 years old, okay? Everybody ages, right? But, you know, he started getting really big bags under his eyes with lots and lots of lines and stuff, and you're like, oh, Brad Pitt is getting older, you know, kind of thing. And if you saw him on the Golden Globes, the guy, I don't know what he did. He obviously got some kind of procedure done. I don't know if it's actual plastic surgery or if it's some kind of lasering. He got something done where the guy's skin, first of all, it doesn't look bad. It looks great. It looks natural and nice. But his skin, he looks like he's 30. He looks 20 years younger. His whole face looks tight and firm, and it looks amazing. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was talking to my husband about it, and I was like, okay, I need to know. We need to know. We need to know what he did to do that, because I don't want to get that done when it starts happening to me. Yeah, and Ricky Gervais, I don't know, that guy's starting to bug me a little bit. I think he's just a little too pleased with himself all the time, but he's okay. He's not terrible. I got this Laura Mercier powder that everybody goes on and on about, and you guys, I just don't get the hype on it. It's nice. It's nice, but I don't see anything more than nice about it. I just don't. Do you? Do you see anything nice? Anyway, So David Bowie died, and that is so sad. Not to bring this whole thing down or anything, but it's so sad. But you know what? Okay, we are a music family. Not me. Not me. I like listening to music. That's about the extent of it. But my husband and my middle son are like super amazing musicians. And and they love, like, they're like music gurus, okay? If they had a YouTube channel, they would be like, what am I even trying to say? It doesn't matter. They know everything about rock and roll from, you know, like all time. They're like encyclopedias. This city color contouring thing, I've been really liking. I've been using it every time I use my makeup. Anyway, so they've been like really sad about David Bowie dying, which completely understandable, because David Bowie, if you are not into music, he really was like a real innovator. And it's just so sad. Like the guy, but it's actually, you know, he really went out on his own terms kind of, because I don't know if he went out on his own terms. Cancer took him, but the way he decided to kind of end his career is quite amazing, because what he did was he basically said, I have this brand new album, it's ready to go, but don't release it until I am almost like out the door. And that's what happened. He released it, or they released it like 2 days before he died, which is like kind of amazing. The guy's like, yep, here's my last gift to you, or just whatever, you know, like he didn't go out with a whimper, which is pretty cool for a guy like that. And you know, but it's so sad. And then his last music video, like the album is basically, he knew he was dying. He knew that he was not going to recover. And so the whole, I don't know about the whole album, I haven't heard the whole thing, I've heard a couple songs. But on the album for sure is this sense of, I'm about to die. And one of his last things he did was made this music video called Lazarus, which is pretty amazing. And I was watching it, and it's him in a hospital bed with like gauze over his eyes, and he's it's actually very disturbing. It's actually a very disturbing video, because you know that he died, and it's very sad, but it's also very like kind of freaky. And anyway, so it was just really hard to watch. Really hard to watch. Okay, let's stop talking about that, because that's really sad. But it is sad. Oh, and the other thing was, you guys, I don't know how to use Snapchat. I have no clue. My son is trying to teach me. It's so weird to be in that position, to be like, because when the internet first came along, like when it started getting really popular in the mid-90s, it was me teaching my parents, and now my son is teaching me how to use Snapchat. Anyway, I am only kind of learning how to use it. I don't know, you can add me if you want. I think it's the same, it's like Dre CN. But don't expect to see much from me. But anyway, yeah, on there was something that said celebrating Bowie, and so I clicked it, and it was like snaps from a whole bunch of people like everywhere, and like in his hometown, I think it's Brixton, and they were like singing his songs, and there's a statue there, and they put like the lightning bolt over the statue's face. It's not a statue of him, it's a statue of somebody else, but it was really cool. And I just thought it was really awesome how, like, you know, like the whole world was like mourning together. Anyway, I'm talking way too much about this. So what else is new? Is I am using what I got for Christmas for the first time, this Naked 2 palette. Kind of a first impressions, I guess, although, you know, you guys, I'm sure many of you already have used this and love it, and you'll be like, you're a little late to the game, but whatever. Shade called Booty Call in here, which looks to be like a very nice all over base lid shade. So let's put that on with a very extra fluffy brush. Booty Call. Have you ever had a booty call? Never once in my life have I had a booty call. I wanted to ask you guys, should I change my hair color? Because, okay, first of all, don't look at my hair. Even though I want you to look at it, don't look at it. I didn't like straighten it, I didn't curl it, I didn't do anything to it. Except put it up in this little mini pompadour. Should I change my hair color? Because I have not colored my hair in 10 years. And recently I've been feeling like I should. So let me know. Okay, I'm so scared to use this because you guys are here and I might make a fool of myself and do something horrible with it. Okay, let's use this one, Tease. It's like a nice mauve-y shade. Maybe that'll be a good transition color. Let's try that. Ooh, that's pretty pigmented. Did you see that go on? That's all right. So this palette is very cool toned, and I hardly ever do cool tone, but recently, anytime I put on like a cool tone lipstick or a cool tone blush, I've really liked it on myself. And then I started to think, am I like better suited for cool tones? Because I never thought I was, but I've been liking them lately, and maybe I am. Maybe I've been wrong this whole time. So I thought, okay, well, let's get Naked 2 and see. Well, let's ask for Naked 2 for Christmas and see if I like it. Okay. Now what? Oh, let's do this all over the lid. Now, sometimes with Urban Decay shadows, they can be tricky, so it depends, I guess, on the type. Okay, this is Chopper. It's like a rose goldy color with like shimmer in it. Oh no, this is nice. This is applying nicely. Yeah, Naked 3, I never use it ever because the shadows just don't apply well at all. Any of them. I don't know what it is. And I keep saying I need to try it again. Then I'll try it again and I'll be like, no, I hate this. Naked 1 is perfect. It's just a perfect palette. So get that one if you like it. Or if you like those kind of shadows. What do you guys think of this? I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Let's deepen it up a little bit on the outer V. What color should I use? I don't know. Snakebite, maybe? There isn't really, in this palette, there isn't really like a good medium matte brown. That's probably because it's not a warm tone palette, so maybe I need to step out of my comfort zone a little bit, but there actually aren't that many medium shades. Let's try Snakebite, I guess. Let's try that one. I've been doing such neutral looks lately, and I never used to be like that. I always used to be like color everywhere. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm getting old. I'm just kidding. Age has nothing to do with makeup. It totally does, but it shouldn't. If you feel like you want to try something, but like it's only for young people, just get that thought out of your head and at least try it. And if you think that you look stupid, then you don't have to do it anymore. But just remember that it only matters what you think. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Okay, I'm just gonna put a little bit more of this Chopper over there. I have kind of discovered that I really don't like to do anything underneath my eyes when it comes to eyeshadow. Because I just find like if I try to do black eyeliner or smudgy or smoky eye or whatever, it just makes me look so old. And when I leave it blank, it keeps my eyes bright. And I just don't like to do anything there anymore, which is kind of sad. And I'm like, well, in tutorials, what are you just gonna do? Never do anything there? And I'm like, well, maybe. I don't know what to do. I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell me what you think about that. I have been using this e.l.f. blending brush. This thing is really cool. It's super soft, but it's dense, but it's very soft. And it's got this weird shape. You know what I've really been loving it for is bronzer. And I'm using this Sun Bunny bronzer, which is a very warm, shimmery bronzer. But I think if you apply it, like, see how, did you see that? Like, that's not very much. And already it's like really intense. So you really have to blend it out. But with this brush, I really like I really like applying bronzer with this brush. See, when you blend it out, it's not bad, right? This is Urban Decay Rapture blush. Yeah. Game of Thrones is coming back. I'm sure many of you are fans. And the funny thing about Game of Thrones this time, you guys know what it is? There's no book readers who know what's gonna happen anymore, because the author, George R.R. Martin, and by the way, I have read all the books. George R.R. Martin had promised that the newest book, which is called, it's going to be called Winds of Winter, would be out before, what season is this even? I don't even know what season it is. But anyway, he had promised long ago that it would be out before this season started. And guess what? It's not ready. He's not ready. He's apologized to all his fans saying, I'm sorry, I screwed up. It was all my fault. I should have been working on it harder, but I wasn't. Basically, he's got some kind of live journal blog that he posted it on. Not ready, which means that anybody who knew what the plot was before, like in previous seasons, no longer knows what the plot is gonna be. There's lots of speculation. Okay, I don't know what it is. Some shows, I don't want to know spoilers. But some shows, I'm like, yeah, give me all the spoilers, or let me read the book so I know what the plot is supposed to be, and then I can compare it to what's actually happening, etc. And there's certain shows that I don't mind that with, like Walking Dead, for example. I had read the comics up to a certain point, and so I knew exactly what was going to happen. And then I stopped reading the comics, but I still wanted to know what was going to happen before it happened. And so I just listened to, like, I listen to podcasts about these shows, and I just listen to the people talk about the spoilers. So and I don't care. I don't know why that is. I don't know why I don't care about spoilers because those are two of my favorite shows, and I don't care about spoilers for them. I don't know why. Maybe it makes me feel better about the characters. Like, if certain characters die or if something happens to them, like, I don't feel as shocked maybe, or I'm trying not to get attached to them maybe. I don't know what it is, but I just don't care if I get spoiled. So yeah, that's what's happening with Game of Thrones. So if you're excited about Game of Thrones, let me know in the comments. We can bond over that for sure. Okay, eyebrows are sisters. They're not twins. Remember that. That's one of the best pieces of advice I've ever heard. So you don't want, I mean, if your eyebrows are twins, more power to you, but what I'm saying is you don't have to worry about them perfectly matching all the time. And I just like to, not that my eyebrows are unruly or anything like that, but I just like to set the brow Whiz, because I find that on oily skin, on my skin especially, my eyebrows, I love the way they look right now, but halfway through the day, a lot of it is going to be gone from just my oily skin, which sucks because I really love that product, but it's one of the only eyebrow products that does that to me, so therefore I don't love it as much, you know? So I've heard the NYX eyebrow pencil is really good, and I think I want to try that next. This is Champagne Pop. Last thing is mascara. Well, setting spray actually. Let's put the setting spray on first. I was reading a magazine, I don't remember which one it was, that was saying one of the new trends is going to be freckles, which I think is great. If you have freckles, you should show them off because they can be really cute. They can be sexy depending on, you know, what look you're going for. Now, I have never had freckles in my life, except I started getting a few freckles over the last 2 years on my nose, and that's about it. It's the only place I have any freckles. And my husband has so many freckles. Not on his face. His entire back is covered in freckles though. His shoulders, his arms. On his forearms, I love his forearms. They have so many freckles that it's just like a tan. That's how many freckles he has. It's so adorable. But anyway, and then my son, my middle son especially, has a lot of freckles here, and my youngest son has less, but he still has some. Anyway, the whole point, the reason I was gonna tell you guys this is because in a magazine I had seen that it's gonna be like a big trend, and that you can buy freckle pencils. So they're basically like eyeliner pencils, but they're made to be the same color as freckles. And I guess you just dot them all over your face. And I thought, oh, well that's cool. How are the freckled people gonna respond to non-freckled people like doing this? Are they gonna think it's cool? Or are they gonna be like, no, you're co-opting my thing? Or, you know, some people hate their freckles. Are they gonna be like, I've been trying to cover my freckles my whole life. How come you guys get to like make them all popular now? So if you have freckles, let me know what you think, because I find that whole thing very interesting. Now, I don't know if this is gonna be as big of a fad as they say. I don't even remember what magazine it was, as they predict it's gonna be. Maybe it's not even anything, but I just thought it was an interesting, funny thing. And so I wanna hear from you guys, and you tell me what you guys think about it. This is the Lancome Hypnose Drama Mascara. And again, I just did a first impression review on this stuff, and I really like it. And in my review, if you watched it, you know I loved it on my bottom lashes, and I do love it on my bottom lashes. I do like it on my bottom lashes, except it flakes, not terribly, but more than I would like. So I've stopped using it there. I love it on the top though. And I'm just sticking with my MAC Giga Black mascara, which does not flake or transfer ever. And I was considering putting on false lashes today, but this video is long enough and that would take forever, and I've been having trouble with my false lash application lately, where it's like, no, I need like a refresher course on how to do it, because I was doing it a lot in December, and then I kind of haven't been wearing a lot of makeup lately, and now I forget how to put them on. Had a good time. I hope you guys had a good time. And thanks for spending time with me. And I'm about to record a what's in my bag video, which is my first time ever doing that. So if it's recorded, look for that. Otherwise it should be up in a couple days. And I'm gonna finish my yummy coffee, and thanks for spending time with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.